Mm. All right, I think I'm going to start. We have 16 participants on Zoom. Should we wait a little bit or we can start? Okay, going up. All right, so I'm going to start. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending from where you're joining us from. I would like to welcome you to this exciting webinar hosted by Sharjah Research Technology and Innovation Park. My name is Hazel Sivan. I'm a projects executive here at SRTI Park, and ongoing efforts to support growth of businesses, SRTIP in collaboration with Emirates Development Bank, Sharjah Entrepreneurship Center, Shera, and Reward hosting this webinar to support businesses within the region and globally as well, and also showcase our products, our innovations, our projects, and what we do within our respective organizations. Without wasting much time, I'd like to introduce you to our speakers for today. We have Ahmed Nasser Hussein, who's the Vice President, Micro and Small Medium Enterprises at Emirates Development Bank. Thank you for joining us, Ahmed.
Thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. We have Shefu Ismail, who's our Market Access Manager here at Sharjah Research Technology and Innovation Park. Thank you, Shefu, for joining.
Glad to join.
Pleasure. We have Iman Ben Shaiba, who's Head of Community Engagements at Sharjah Entrepreneurship Center. That's Shera. Thank you, Iman.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We have Nessa Abdullah Al-Owais, who's a Senior Financial Analyst at Reward. Thank you, Nessa, for joining this webinar.
Thank you very much for having us in this roadshow.
Thank you. Thank you. Exciting times. Without wasting much time, the respective organizations will be presenting. We'll start off with Sharjah Research Technology and Innovation Park, which is represented by Shefu, our Market Access Manager. Shefu, the floor is yours.
Thanks very much. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to quickly move into our deck. It's a bit long, but I'll try to be as quick as possible. Sharjah Research Technology and Innovation Park was established back in 2016 by royal decree by His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan Qasmi, who is also the ruler of the Emirate of Sharjah and member of the Supreme Council, in his esteemed wisdom to really set up an innovation space that provides the platform for any technologies to be developed within our ecosystem. And obviously, it's been a long journey since. We have a focus on 6 major areas: transportation, logistics, water technologies, digitization solutions, environmental technologies, energy, and of course, production, design, and architecture. These have been really handpicked by the team at Fraunhofer at Scene, along with our management back in 2016. We've been evolving ever since then. And it's really exciting to see some of the technologies that have been developed here in the park. I'd just like to very quickly give a few examples of the tech that we've been incubating, sort of accelerating, so to speak. Of course, one of our flagship projects that we're working with is USCA in our transportation logistics sector. It's an elevated transportation system, and we're really aggressively looking forward to transport not just people, but logistics as well. While it may sound aggressive, but we'd really like to move 100 tons for $1 for every kilometer. It's been a project that's been 4 years in the making, and we will be commencing our second round of pilots actually by the end of this month. So whoever is around the area, please feel free to come and visit us. We'd love to show you around. When we talk about production design and architecture, of course, it involves advanced manufacturing, 3D printing, 3D construction. As you can see, we were one of the first to have actually 3D printed the house, which is actually visible here on our plot of land. And we work with several international manufacturers in 3D printing across polymers, plastics, metals, you name it. In water technologies, we have collaborated with our neighbors, Arada, who have developed the Al-Jada system, Al-Jada multi-use development. And they will be putting together, well, they've already broken ground for the sewage treatment plant, which will be the first of its kind, zero odor, with an R&D center built on top. So it's actually one of our another of our flagship projects as well. Digitization forms really a strong core focus, whether it's AR, VR, as you can see on the screen here, or artificial intelligence, blockchain technologies. The specific example you'll see on the screen is ITD, one of our accelerated AR, VR centers here, and they provide solutions not just for virtual reality solutions, but also training through this platform as well. We're big on energy. Solar power is a key focus. This particular example is from Spain, that have developed a new photovoltaic system that has 20% increased efficiency over standard photovoltaics. But apart from this, of course, we do focus on hydrogen and other renewable energy solutions at the same time. Last but not least, environment has had a significant push, especially over the last decade. What you can see is a really increased focus on food security as well. So Merlin Technologies, you can see here, is one of the first vertical farm solutions that we developed here. We're working with several others at the same time. Food security has always been a focus for us in the last decade, but post-COVID, there is an increased focus for us to really to push those technologies and support the local processes as well. Quick overview of where we are. Obviously, His Highness allotted us the land for a specific purpose. We're right adjacent to University City, and globally, if you look, across the board, thriving technology ecosystems always have a hand in the academia, along with the private sector and so on as well. So the location is really paramount for us, and having access to over 2,000 PhD students, 45,000 students overall, and 20 education institutions right next door really helps us with the ecosystem. I'd like to quickly, show you around the facilities. And those who are around, please feel free to come around. We have the state-of-the-art infrastructure, and we're further developing. We're at 60% capacity right now, with over 200 startups, 2,000 plus companies who have set up with us. I'd probably just wrap up by talking about Soy Lab, which is, again, our pride and joy. It's our makerspace across 3 floors. Again, the first of its kind within the region, where you have access to different laboratory and technologies as well, whether you'd like to dabble with 3D printing, with CNC machines, electronics labs, woodworking equipment, metalworking, advanced 3D printing. It's all here. Textiles as well. So we have, in fact, currently we're just running a summer camp for our younger bright minds between the ages of 14 and 18. But we've seen different age groups come in, prototype technologies. And if you do come by, you can actually see several of our startups that have prototyped the technologies and now have scaled it up to actually providing those solutions to the market. I probably just leave it here. Obviously, we work hand in hand with our partners, Shara, with Rawad, with EDB as well. So, Hazel, I guess the floor is yours to the next speaker.
Thank you, Schaefer, for that comprehensive presentation and interesting. We do invite everyone to make a visit and see for yourself exactly what's happening within the park. And someone actually mentioned it's like stepping into the future in real time, which is really quite interesting. I'll move on to Sharjah Entrepreneurship Center. Shera Iman, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Shafir, for the presentation on RTI. And I definitely second that in encouraging everyone to visit the facilities and so on. There are definitely beautiful facilities, and we're very happy to also be with you guys in our offices in your park, because we truly believe in what you guys are doing and so on. So hi everyone, my name is Iman bin Sheba. I'm the head of community engagement at Shara at the Sharjah Entrepreneurship Center. I don't have the same visual presentation like Shafir, so I'll be just giving you a keynote about what we do at Shara. So I'm very happy to be talking with you to explore the Sharjah's vibrant ecosystem with creative innovators and talented youth. As RTI is, we are guided by the visionary leadership of His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, the UAE Supreme Council member and the ruler of Sharjah. Our emirate has strived to create a culture of conscious commerce for over 50 years. The businesses, the ventures based in the emirate benefit from the investor-first climate, competitive operating costs, and the robust infrastructure, where entities like Shara will act as your co-founder throughout your journey, your entrepreneurial journey, from mentoring you as you validate your idea to supporting your entry into the market, all the while introducing you to a community of like-minded businesses and people. Shara, as the word in Arabic, means sail. And we all know that the entrepreneurial journey is a rocky one. We imagined our entrepreneurs as ships at the sea with a vast horizon in front of them and a journey that can sometimes get really rough. Shara is the sail on these ships propelling you guys forward. At Shara, we're committed to support the entrepreneurs in every step of the way, from ideation to launch and beyond. We've built strong partnerships with both private and public sectors, which means startups have access to corporate and government supply chains. Shara takes immense pride in leading the charge in fostering creativity and igniting economic transformation for startups and for the youth. Our unwavering focus is on nurturing innovation and cultivating a dynamic ecosystem that propels us forward as a prosperous future. As you delve into the thriving ecosystem, whether with Sharjah Research, Technology and Innovation Park, or with Ruwad or with EDB, you will discover that it's not only that we will witness remarkable advancements taking place across the diverse sectors between all of us. We are all committed to empowering entrepreneurs, unlocking their potentials, and driving impactful change. For instance, at Shara, we have Access Sharjah Challenge Initiative, has created brand new market opportunities for founders with brilliant ideas to drive the UAE's economy forward. Since its launch in 2020, this annual themed competition has connected the most innovative businesses from around the world to corporate and government sectors. So far, Shara's supported startups have generated 1.2 million in incremental revenue through connections just from the ones that are in Access Sharjah Challenge. But that's only one example. We launched in January 2016, and Shara's dynamic and globally connected platform has supported hundreds of entrepreneurs to make their unique journey of strategically transforming ideas into reality. Between our mentorship programs, competitions, and our annual flagship event, which last year and inshallah this year is happening also at the Sharjah Research, Technology and Innovation Park, we have effectively nurtured both aspiring and established businesses to promote their networking opportunities with investors and stakeholders. And we brought with some of the brilliant minds together from around the world to cultivate the disruptor, the change maker, the winner in each of the Shara as founders and members. Shara was established as Sharjah's engine to enhance the Emirates' contribution to the global entrepreneurship landscape. Our founder-focused, ecosystem-responsive, and impact-driven strategy has supported numerous startups over the past 7 years. Since 2016, we have supported about 150 founders who have gone on to raise about 161 million in capital and create around 1,600 jobs. I hope that through the discussions today between all of us, the partners, so on, whether us, Shara, or the Sharjah Entrepreneurship, or the Sharjah Research Technology and Innovation Park, Rawad and EDB, all of you guys, the attendees, will get a glimpse of what Sharjah can offer you and how much more you guys can thrive with us. So that's it from my part, and thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, Iman. Thank you, Iman, for that. And it's interesting to realize the many developments that are happening, especially in Sharjah, when it comes to entrepreneurship, startups, and the whole ecosystem widely. Moving on to Ruwad, we have Naisa Abdullah Always, who will present on behalf of Ruwad. Naisa, the floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. We are delighted to be part of this event, and I'm delighted to represent Rawad SME. In the beginning, let me introduce Rawad SME. Rawad was founded in 2005, which was issued by His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, Supreme Council of and ruler of Sharjah. The primary objective of Rawad is to assist small and medium businesses in Sharjah by offering financial and technical aid and establishing an optimal environment for the establishment and the growth of these ventures. The main objective of Rawad is to support entrepreneurs and locals and small and medium businesses to contribute the national economy's development, and also provide the incentives and opportunities for citizens to engage in economic growth. Also promoting a culture of entrepreneurship and self-employment among young people. And also contribute to the development policy that helps Rawad to achieve its desired goals. In Rawad, we have a comprehensive packages of services and activities that we provide to our customers, such as the funding program, membership program, consultation, training programs, supporting entrepreneurship in universities, and establishing business incubators. The first services we offer, which is the funding programs, we have two types in the funding programs. The direct funding program, which is from Rawad, and it is up to 400,000 dirhams. And the main advantage of this direct funding, which is a zero interest lending. And the bank, the second one, which is the bank financing program, it is up to 2 million dirhams. Rawad guarantees 25% of the total loan. The second service, which is the membership programs, which is the membership program, which we provide direct and indirect support to local projects and offering a comprehensive packages of services, benefits, and facilities to leading project members. Members can also participate in relevant events, exhibitions, and conferences, and get exemption from local government agency fees. All of these efforts contribute to creating an optimal entrepreneurial environment. We also have a Rawad training program. It is an annual training plan that includes many topics which meets the needs of entrepreneurs in establishing, managing, and developing their projects. Through such plan, it provides a training program, skills, knowledge, and necessary for entrepreneurs to establish their projects. It starts with the idea, then preparing the feasibility study, establishing and managing the projects in its early stages, up to the project's development plan with the stages of expansion and future growth. The programs are implemented by a group of specialized experts with competence and practical experience who have full knowledge and awareness of the nature and working conditions of small projects in UAE. We also have the government procurement program. As we all know that government entities in Sharjah are obligated to grant at least 10% of their annual purchases to members when purchasing their products or requesting any services. As we can see here in this slide, some of our supported projects which are under the umbrella of Rawad. I believe that many of you knows those brands. In the end, thank you very much for having us, and we look forward to engage with all the entrepreneurs in Sharjah.
Apologies for that. Thank you for that, Nessa. And it's quite interesting to see the many initiatives that Reward has, especially for entrepreneurs and startups. Next on, last but not least, is Ahmed Nessa Hussein, is the Vice President, Micro and Small Medium Enterprises for Emirates Development Bank. Thank you for joining us, Ahmed. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Hazel, for for welcoming me here. Thank you all for being here. I'm delighted to be representing EDB in part of this great initiative with the Sharjah Innovation Park. And I'll walk you through the slide that I have. I'll be able to just share my screen. Okay. I'll give you a little background about Emirates Development Bank, who we are, what we do, what's our mission and vision through the organization, and what are the products that we offer. I'm responsible for the small and micro medium enterprise entities that are based here in the UAE. And we obviously have different segments within the organization that I'll walk you through as well. So Emirates Development Bank is a key financial engine here in the United Arab Emirates. We are helping diversify and industrial transformation in the country in terms of GDP growth, as well as the strategy which has been unveiled by the UAE government. Our vision and objectives in the organization is to support and empower the implementation of the country's industrial development. This is by helping and facilitating the adoption of advanced technologies, as well as the empowerment and the growth of SMEs. In addition to that, the EDB mission is to maximize the economic impact on the economy of the UAE, as well as becoming a key financial engine in the growth of the UAE's economy through contribution to non-oil GDP. This obviously will help increase the national employment rates and the in-country value generation. Our board members are the chairman himself, His Excellency Dr. Sultan bin Ahmed Al Jaber, who is the Minister of Industry and Advanced Technology. Our vice chairman is His Excellency Dr. Ahmed Belhoul Al Falasi, who is the Minister of Education. Some of the other members of the board are also mentioned below. We are 100% owned by the UAE government. We are also rated AA-, which is the only other organization here in the UAE that's rated AA-. The other organization is, of course, the First Abu Dhabi Bank. We're also rated AA- by S&P Global. Our strategy in terms of our objectives are obviously catering to 5 key sectors. Those sectors are manufacturing, food security, healthcare, technology, and renewables. We do have subsectors under each category, and some of them under manufacturing are the petrochemicals and plastics and metal fabrication. There's a whole variety of range of manufacturing subsectors that we cater to. I'll be able to share that later on if requested by any of the members. Under food security, we look at agriculture and fisheries and aquaculture. Under healthcare, we look at pharmaceuticals, biotechnology, hospital services, clinics, as well as pharmacies. Under technology, we look at software services, IT services, educational technology, And recently, we have also added renewables, which was added recently as part of the key sectors that we need to focus on. And some of the subsectors that we look at are renewable energy equipment, solar, wind, and hydroelectric power, biofuel energy, and power renewables. Obviously, we are operational all over the UAE. We're based in all the Emirates. We are here to contribute to the UAE economy in terms of creating high-skilled job creations, the import of substitutions from the non-oil GDP, as well as investment in advanced technology. We are positioned with EDB's financing in terms of emphasis on business expansion and investments in productive assets. For example, something like CAPEX financing or OPEX financing for small SMEs, as well as mid-cap SMEs. We have 6 key objectives in terms of the strategy that has it for EDB. The differentiation between us as Emirates Development Bank and the commercial banks are 6 main criteria, and some of them are the strategic objectives which we want to implement to make us a complete angle that differs from the commercial banks in terms of maximizing the economic impact, also enhancing the bank's ability to finance SMEs and support developments of new sectors. The other point is the market positioning that we have in terms of commercial banks and EDB. The purpose of the financing that we provide to SMEs is to customize and provide them with the project-specific financing solutions that they're capable to obviously grow and expand their businesses. We also look at something which is not looked at by some of the commercial banks, which is the greenfield projects. Another key important thing is the tenor that we have. So our tenors, in terms of financing, can go up to 10 years, which is our patient debt approach, which gives them a longer period in terms of maximizing their growth and their repayments schedules. Our pricing is very competitive compared to other banks. Our risk appetite as well, we mostly accept high-risk projects with high developmental impact. That also helps us give them flexible terms and includes in customizing their moratorium periods. We have something here called at EDB Developmental Impact Score. It's a score that we do internally within the organization to understand how that particular business might be affecting the GDP growth. So there are several key important things that we look at when we assess an entity's financials, or how the entity is doing or how it's operating. So for example, we look at the sector. So each sector will give you a specific score. We look at the segment that you are, whether you're a greenfield project or whether you're a brownfield project or whether you're an existing project that's looking for expansions. Also, we look at the project nature in terms of your end usage in advanced technology, if you're moving from other countries and establishing yourself here in the UAE, which obviously will give you a higher score as you score in each particular category. We also look at the quantitative measure, which is the financing amount and how much you need in terms of your capacity and how much you can take on debt, as well as your export promotions. If you're a company that's manufacturing here in the UAE and you're exporting to the other parts of the world, your ICB score and your presence in multiple Emirates also gives you a higher score. So the higher that you score, the more eligible that you become in terms of getting a higher financing amount. So we do have general criteria, we do have specific criteria, but all that again depends on the type of the project, under which sector you fall, and how far we can maximize your returns in the growth of the economy. We have several products offerings here at EDB. Some of them are the digital financing, where we can go up to 70% in terms of LTV. The maximum tenor for digitalization financing can be up to 7 years with a grace period of 1.5 years. In terms of renewables financing, we can go up to 100% LTV. We can give tenors of up to 15 years and a grace period of up to 2 years. When it comes to advanced technology and anything related to advanced technology and its adoptions, we can give it up to 90% of the LTV. The tenors can go up to 12 years, and the maximum grace period we offer is 1.5 years. Obviously, these are all criteria that we fit into the particular product once the company approaches EDB in terms of financing. So we have to assess your developmental score as well as what the project value is. In terms of CapEx financing, we do 80% with a maximum tenure of 12 years. And also we do greenfield projects and brownfield projects where we do up to 70% financing with a tenure of 15 years and a maximum grace period of 2 years. We also have a business banking app, which you can also find us at the any of the platforms, which is the Apple Store and the Google Android Play Store. You can download the application. You can register for your business banking account, which will take about 48 hours to be activated if all the documents are in order. We have partnered with a company called Yap. They are a fintech company based here in the UAE, which provides with an unmatched digital banking account, and it has a great user experience as well. The app features a lot of stuff and a lot of different things that could help any entity. For example, it's open to all businesses here in the United Arab Emirates. As long as you have a trade license, you can apply for your business account. It can be completed in a very short amount of time. Your IBAN is reserved within minutes, and your account is activated as fast as 48 hours if all the documents are in order. You have a 24/7 secure and on-the-go digital banking. You don't need to have a minimum balance required, as well as it's integrated with the Abu Dhabi DED. You can apply for loans within the application itself, which you will get a response within 5 working days on the status of your application. We have several other upcoming features, such as end-to-end business banking. We have already integrated with the DED here in Abu Dhabi. We're also in process of integrating with Dubai DED. You will have bill payments that will be coming in, as well as debit cards, VAT calculations, and budgeting and analytics. All of it will be available on the app as we move forward. These are several things that we're looking at introducing in the very near future, where we will have WPS payrolls as well as international transfers. If you would like to reach us, these are the team members. If you would want to note down their information on further inquiry about the products and the things that we offer here at EDB, you can also reach me. I'll leave my email address at the end of the presentation. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, Ahmed, for that quite informative and eye-opening, especially for startups that are on the webinar. I'll just go directly through to the Q&A. I'm sure our attendees have quite a number of questions that they'd like to pose to the panelists. I'll go to the first question. Is SRTIP licensed members connected with the Ministry of Economy database? Shafir, I think you can address that.
Yeah, the short answer is yes. Yeah. So, I mean, this is, to elaborate a bit, it's mandatory from Jan of 2022 that all our registries, whether SRTIP, any other free zone, or the economic departments of each respective emirate. So we are not fully integrated yet, but we are sharing our data with the Ministry of Economy until version 2.0 of our internal system comes into play. But yes, we are required to share the data with the Ministry of Economy.
All right. And the next one, most of them are just saying information will be quite useful. There's a question for Emirates Development Bank. Somebody asked, what specific funding programs or initiative does the bank offer to support startups that is dedicated to startups?
Okay, so in terms of startups, what we normally do is we assess, you can either approach any of our channels, which are our branches or any of our call centers. You would have to provide us with a list of few documentations to assess your request. We do have a product for startups where we look at companies that are newly started businesses here in the UAE. So there's a criteria that we will have to fulfill. If you fulfill that criteria, there's an amount of facility that's available to startups, obviously based on the some of the things that I shared on the presentation, which is we look at your developmental score, what sector do you cater to, how are you impacting the GDP of the UAE. There's several things that we look at before we can actually finance it. But as I said, you can always go to our app, register your information, and someone will have call you and get all your information in detail.
All right, thank you for that. Someone has a question to Reward about your funding. What will be the conditions? So basically, they want to know what your funding conditions are at Reward. Nisa, I think you can address this one.
Yes, regarding the conditions, we have they need to submit their feasibility studies, and the main condition that the business should be in the Emirate of Sharjah, and it should be also a UAE citizen entrepreneur.
So for Reward, it's dedicated for UAE citizens and businesses that are set up within the Emirate. Nisa, I think you're muted.
Yes, it should be UAE citizen entrepreneurs.
Okay. And this one, I think Shira and SRTIP can address this one. Abdurraham is asking how easy is it to set up their business within the park? One for an established business that is coming out of the Emirate, out of the UAE, and the other one is for an idea stage startup entrepreneur that is looking to start their own business.
I guess I can take the first question and probably
Yes.
leave the second one for Shala. For a company to set up with us, as we have a specific set of documents. So if I understand the question correctly, it's about a company from outside the UAE who wants to set up a branch or a subsidiary with us here. So there are a couple of documents we will need. It's easiest for us to set up a company with individual shareholders. We've literally issued licenses within 48 hours from receiving the documents. For subsidiaries and branches, we may need further documentation from the host country that may require some certification, attestation, and so on. So it depends how the process for that. But if all those documents are submitted, again, post-verification and compliance checks, we've been able to issue licenses within 48 hours. But it would just vary between individual shareholders and if they're going to be corporate shareholders, or if we are setting up a branch or a subsidiary here within the park. From the incubation side, I guess I would leave it to Shala to translate.
Yes, Sally. Hi, Sally.
Hi, Hazel. Thank you for having me. And I'm filling in for my colleague Iman, who had to drop for another meeting. But to answer your question, so we have two approaches. One is for more mature startups, and one the startup studio, which is S3. For more mature startups, in terms of the community offerings, we offer a variety of let's say, soft landing packages for startups who are looking to set up here in Sharjah. We are not a licensing authority, but we do connect you with our partners who can help you incorporate. And we also have a list of over 40 service providers who offer their services at subsidized rates for Sharjah, for Shara members. As for startups who are maybe just validating their ideas or their MVPs or their go-to-market strategy, we have the S3 program. You can apply on our website, and it's a completely unique program. It's completely tailored to the startups' requirements. So we don't have a one-size-fits-all or one approach to all the startup, but rather we sit with you, we understand what do you want to achieve the next 6 months, and then we break it down into smaller requests that we can work together towards achieving those goals. So whether it's connecting you with experts in residence in a variety of topics, We connect you with consultants, we connect you with service providers, with other government entities. We just make sure that your 6 months plan is achieved. And again, the application process is on our website. The intake is ongoing, so we don't have a specific intake window, but it's a year round. So yeah, feel free to apply. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn or by email, or you can email us at community@shira.ae.
Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Sally, for that. And the next question is from Jacques. How about business financing for non-citizens and registered with SRTIP? I think this is for both SRTIP and Emirates Development Bank. He's asking what kind of do you offer business financing for non-citizens but registered within SRTIP? So it's a company that's registered within SRTIP.
Okay, I'll take that question first. Hi, yeah, okay, my camera's working finally. I had a few issues with it. So in terms of non-citizens that are looking to get financing from EDB, we cater to everybody. As long as you fall within the organization's key sectors, we cater to everyone that has a trade license that's operating here in the UAE. And once you fall within any of those 5 key category sectors that we look at, then yes, we obviously do our internal assessment in terms of your developmental score. We look at different criteria. If you're a greenfield project, which is a startup project, if you're an existing business that has been already operating here in the UAE, if you're looking for expansion. So there's different criteria that we look at based on what you do and what your activity is on your trade licenses.
Great. Great stuff. I hope that answers you, Jacques. If you have further questioning with regards to that, Abdullah Raham asks a question to Emirates Development Bank again. Is business banking free, as mentioned in the presentation, with no monthly subscriptions or other fees?
Yes, as of right now, there's no monthly subscription fees on the business application app. You can apply you can download through the platforms on iOS and Android, and you can register. It's free on registration. You don't need to pay any fees. And as long as all your documentations are in order, your bank account will be activated within 48 working hours.
Okay, great. Seems like there's a number of questions, especially for the for Emirates Development Bank. Another one says, do you have any support that you give to startups beyond financing, beyond funding or financing them?
So in terms of other support other than financing, well, what we do is we normally, when clients approach us and they have opened a new business, as we have collaborations with several entities here in the UAE, such as the Sharjah Research and Developmental Innovation Park. We have several other collaborations with the Chamber of Commerce, with the DED in Abu Dhabi, DED in Dubai, some of the free zone areas here in Dubai and all over the Emirates. So yes, we can assess clients on how far we can help them in terms of getting things done in other organizations. We can give them the information that they require. We can help them with getting more information from different organizations and provide them with the list of people that are placed in those organizations and so forth. So yes, they can approach us, and we can offer to help in whatever way we can.
Absolutely, thank you. And they're asking if you can share the PowerPoint presentation. We'll see if we can share with that on email. We'll share their email addresses, those who are requesting for it. And,
yes, sure.
And thank you to all those who are sending their comments and enjoyed the webinar. It's quite informative. They've learned a lot and will be interested in contacting some of the speakers on the panel today. We should be able to share with you their email addresses after the webinar. And If there aren't any other questions, I don't see any other questions on the chat. Maybe just to round off this webinar, I'll just have some closing remarks from our panelists. Maybe you can start with you, Ahmed.
Thank you very much, Hazel. First of all, thank you for having us here. It's a great presentation for all the members on the panel list. It's a great initiative for all the companies that are here based in the UAE. The country is going towards a very strategic objective in terms of moving away from non-oil GDP. And that's something that most of the organizations, such as Shira, yourselves, and Ruwad can assist with. And that's where we're here to play that role for helping entities in whatever way possible, whether it's through financing or through collaborations with other entities. So thank you very much for having us here. Please feel free to reach out to us. My information will be sent over to Hazel, and she can provide all the requirements that is needed to reach out to us at EDB. You can also call our call center, which is at any time. You can approach any of our branches here in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and all over the Emirates, and we'll be more than happy to help you with whatever we can.
Thank you. Sally?
Thank you so much, Hazel, for having us today. We really enjoyed the discussion and being part of this panel where we got to see the financing, the licensing, and also the mentorship and the support, and the being part of this amazing and complete ecosystem. One thing I forgot to mention is that we are industry agnostic. So regardless of your industry, you're more than welcome to join us. We do have priority sectors, which are EdTech, sustainability, sustainability, and creative economy. But we're open to any startup. So feel free to reach out to us, and we'll make sure that you'll have a very pleasant experience experiencing Sharjah. And thank you again for having us.
Thank you, Sally. And Nessa?
Thank you very much. And I would like to thank the attendees as well. And we would like to invite them to engage with us, ask any questions, and explore all the possibilities of services that we provide. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nessa. And last but not least, Shafia.
It's great to be engaged in this, and I would like to concur with Ahmed, Nasser, and Saleh as well. I mean, it's good to see what we offer as a country, but I'd also like to, being the hardcore BD that I am, I'd like to plug in and say that Sharjah has a really vibrant ecosystem that has really developed, especially over the last 5 to 8 years. And this is only just the beginning. So whether you have a tech startup, you have a company, or you're looking to relocate or looking to expand into the UAE and the region, I think you have all the ecosystem players right here, right now. Whether it is your mentorship programs, as Saleh mentioned, your financing requirements, whether you're a UAE citizen or whether you're just a tech company that wants to set up here, you have all of us here who are happy to support from all aspects, and really look forward to developing the ecosystem further.
Thank you, Chef. And thank you to everyone. Thank you to the panelists. Thank you to the attendees. This was quite an engaging and interesting webinar. It is being live streamed. So for those who might have missed it live, you can watch it on our platforms, on our YouTube and on our Facebook channels. Thank you to everyone, and have a good day and be well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.